Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
You already know what I'm starting with, right, D? What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I'm your host with the most, Quest, alongside my co-host, my man, my mellow, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between, stand up, stand up and put your hands together for L. David Harris.
You just took all the wind out of my sails. I'm not sure what that meant, but I'm not going to ask
I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying?
No questions, bro.
Yo.
No asking. No questions. Do not get this program knocked. What up, y'all? What up,
I'm not getting you knocked. Not everybody is a lady. You know what I'm saying? It's some
beasts. There's some beasts. Like some people with no behavior. That's all I got, man. There's some people with no behavior.
And some men that are not gentlemen. They're Lego beasts.
Okay, good.
All right.
Virego. Hey,
Virego.
Skittle. Oops.
Vagrant.
Ignorant.
Oh yeah. Yo. That's a big word in J.
Yo. Ratchet
is a big word.
Some people ratchet, Quest.
Ratchet.
What up though? Shout out to the people in the D, man. Y'all licking your wounds. I understand the Lions ain't going. But listen, shout to the people who ride with your team. I don't know a lot, but I know not enough to start an argument. That's all.
Not for nothing. After 32 years of not being or clutching any title, for them to do what they did this year. Because last year, they season was all right last year. This year they came back though, they wasn't playing and they went this far. If they keep doing this next year or maybe the year after that, they can really clutch the title, man. You feel me?
Is that the consolation prize, bro?
I'm
like
just
what
saying,
you said. If
it's
you
not
keep
really
working.
the consolation, but like what's the cliche that they always say? Shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll still be amongst the stars. It's kind of like that kind of thing. And I know
it's so nice of you to say that, Quest. That's so nice of you.
I know what they do. You go for the bowl, but did they really think they was gonna come against some top-notch programs doing what they like? No, and I'm not. This is not to take anything away from them. Them boys balled this year.
But son, you just said, did they really think that they was? What do you think they were trying to do?
They was trying to get and I ain't mad. And if they went the whole way, I'd have been like, man, they gritted this joint out because there's some ball programs right now in the NFL. They doing their thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I don't know nothing about a whole lot, but I watch headlines once in a while. I watch a little, just enough to start an argument. But yeah, shout to the people whose teams didn't go, and shout to the two people's teams that did go. Word. And there you go.
Word. Yeah, man. As always, man. D, I'm for real, man. I'm loving the season I'm in right now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not. Let me not say I'm not loving it because, I just like difficulty and challenge. I like it because of what it's going to produce by the time all of this is over and said and done. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This week, for those of you who are leaders in your own right or leaders in your home, if anything, there are a couple of things, D, that we got away from over the last year, just because I've been focused on a number of things. Like for real, my mind always goes back to the conversation that me and Ink had a couple of years back. And he was just like, Q, we were talking about corporate entities and stuff and just grinding on the job and just trying to break the glass ceiling, get to the next level, all of that good stuff. And he's like, man, people dying from burnout. And he was like, Q, he's like, let me tell you, bro, it ain't burnout. And I was like, why you say that? He was like, people don't get burnt out because of what they do. People get burnt out because life makes them forget why they did it in the first place.
Ooh, bars.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, you got with this company, you had all these high hopes, and then you got into the minutia, you know what I'm saying, and all of the other things that really just pull you in so many different directions that you forgot why you joined in. Never let go of your why. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm hearing. Like never let go of your why. And so I got married because I love Faith Green. I love, yeah, keep the faith.
Imagine that. Keep the faith.
I got married because I love her and I want to spend the rest of my life with her, good, bad, or indifferent. That's why I got married. And out of that love came children, right? And we have a couple of the, as rambunctious as the boys can be sometimes, and Zoe's 21, but she still got, what I'm saying, she's still one of the babies too. She'll always be my baby. I don't care how old she get. She still got some stuff with her as well. And that mixed in with trying to do so many things in life, sometimes you forget that these are a product of your love and you got to build and nurture. God blessed us with them. Let's keep it 100, right? We already know who they came from. God blessed us with these children.
I was just waiting to get to that part.
Yeah, he really did. Like the word is very clear. Every good and perfect gift comes from, you know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, we got away from a couple of things. We used to have this thing called mind, body, soul time, where we just like it's time dedicated to them to do what they want to do with us. You know what I'm saying? The way they want to do it. And so this week, me and my wife had a conversation, as you should if you're in relationship, and we talked about a number of different things. And one of the things that we were concerned about was their personal development, because ain't it funny? We always in the place of personal development for us, but never are we doing that kind of stuff for our children. Like it automatically happens. And I know, shouts out to John Maxwell. He's the best. You don't, it wasn't him who said this particular thing. Who you are to be, you are now becoming. But who you are to be, you just don't stumble on that, right? You just don't fall into success. You just don't, right? There's this intentional and deliberate thing. And I'm like, why are we not doing that with our children? We intentional on loving on them. We intentional on giving them stuff and making them feel right. But we also need to be intentional about their growth. So yeah, man, I went and got him a book and I said, I'm going to pay you for, what's that?
Intentional.
Oh yeah.
I'm not paying.
Yeah. I'm not paying. I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, we're going to be intentional and deliberate about his growth and his personal development. So he's got to read and he's got to share with us the fact that he's grasping the material, and then he'll get some rewards on the back end for it. But man, I'm just thankful for life in this season. As challenging sometimes as it can be, it's going to produce something on the back end because we're intentional.
Hey, Quest, can I get some rewards? What you want me to read?
You can get some rewards. We
From
can
you.
sit down and from me?
Yes.
I don't know what kind of rewards you want me to give you.
I'm motivated by money.
Well, I tell you what, when we make our first million, then
okay, I got you.
Get all the rewards you want at that point.
Okay, I got you.
When we can get what you want. We could go where you want. Drive.
Okay, so I guess I don't even need to read at that point because there's no incentive. I won't have to read.
You said we getting the G?
What?
You said we getting the G?
G-Wagon?
Yep.
Oh, I'm definitely getting one of those.
No doubt.
I'm distracting you.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to Ghana.
I'm good. Yeah. No, we taking that trip. Yep, we are taking that trip.
I'm going to Ghana.
No joke. You know where else I want to go?
Where?
Rwanda.
Rwanda. Bro. No, that's low-key supposed to be the best spot. Well, I mean, you can't say that because Africa is dope, but that's low-key the best spot to move, even though I've been on Ghana for decades. But Rwanda is supposed to be there's some cats, I want you to check them out on YouTube that moved from Jersey to Rwanda, and they are
Rwanda's my vibe, bro.
Yeah. I'll visit, but I'm still moving. I'm going to Ghana.
Yeah, I ain't mad. I'll go with you. I ain't mad.
Word up. Let's
How's things on the island though? That's what I want to do first.
Yeah, well, It's not what it's going to be in the A next week this time when I get there. I don't know if you're looking in the little back end group about,
Yo, D,
and I'm like,
God
yo,
has been good to me and you, bro, over the last year.
yeah, it's true. It's true in what way?
How many times I've seen you over the last year?
I don't even know. A lot of times, like more than I've seen you in 30 years.
I've been in Jamaica,
True.
and I'm going to increase that because this year I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get back to going at least once a year. I used to do it before, a couple of years passed by. Even if I'm going with just me and my father, at least once a year.
You have to. What you talking about?
At least one. At least.
Yo.
Right. And then
Como
we
me
ain't even bust the first quarter yet. And again next week. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, that's how things are on the island right now. Where I live on the island, it's sunny. Sunny. It's cool at night. Right now, I mean, it's gonna get crazy hot in a couple months. But right now, it's cold. You have to draw cover.
I'll give you 2 months, if that. Before
What's this? February, March, April. Yeah, probably not, more like May. It'll start, cooking in the nights. But I ain't mad, bro. I ain't mad. Like, I ain't mad. They talking about rain in Atlanta when I get there next week. I'm not happy about this. This is two or three trips. This will be the third trip. It'll be the third trip, bro. Like, David, what in the world?
Please bring socks. David.
What?
Please bring socks.
Quest. Men have no socks. Men not wearing no socks.
I'm bringing socks for you.
Brother, men not wearing no socks. I just got bigger Crocs for the times that it's a little chilly.
I'll bring socks for you.
I'm not going to Michigan in March. I'm not going to Michigan.
You're supposed to go to Michigan in March?
In March. There's a graduation, but I'm not going to be there. I can't go to Michigan in March, bro. I can't go to Michigan in March.
I'm not going to do that.
So anyway, yeah, that's how things are on the island. Sunny and nice right now.
I love it. It's sunny here too, but I don't like the temperature though.
You're just trying to be down. I understand.
I just want to be down. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, Quest. I was speaking to a young woman named Jessi. That's how she's.
Jessi H?
Yes.
The homie.
Yes.
The homie.
I call her Jess, but everybody else would know her as Jessi, right?
The homie.
And she says everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. Like, shout to Jess.
Yeah, shout out to Jessi. But she right though. They can't.
They can't. So
you know what though? I was a believer that they could.
Yeah. What did that get you?
Angry.
It got me angry.
It got some stuff messed up.
Yes.
It cost me to lose a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, 2 times it caused me to lose my freedom. It caused me to lose my peace.
Yeah.
It caused me to lose a number of different things. And so I realized that, like, for real, everybody can't go.
And so really the question is, so we're gonna be on Jessi's podcast in the near future. Not together, but that's okay. Hey, what's up, Mike? So
Mike Haney.
Yeah. But here's the thing, man. Where are we going and why can't everybody go? I think I want to start with where we're going, man. Can I just keep it simple?
No doubt.
Yeah. We're going up a yonder. No, that's not what I was gonna say. It's just kind of fit in. That's a song. But no, but if you want to live a successful life, whatever that means, I'm not talking about merely material success this time. Sometimes I am, but not this time. But if you want holiness, sound mindness.
Yeah.
There's some people who are impediments to that. Like, some people are not about that life. And when they're not about that life and they try to gel with you and jump on board with you, it's like cinder blocks on your ankles jumping in the sea. If you agree to that.
Yep.
You feel me? So for instance, let me tell you. So I'm in the gym this morning, and I'm going to say it a different way than I said it to you. But I'm in the gym this morning, and there's a young woman. I guess she's young, because I'm always wrong about ages. Mm-hmm. And, okay, I won't say what she has on or what she doesn't have on, but you already know where I'm going with that. But what I noticed out of my peripheral vision, and I said peripheral vision because I'm not watching whatever show this person's putting on. But because this woman is in front of the mirror where I'm exercising, she's 10 feet ahead of me or 15 feet ahead, but still. My brain says, even if I were single, everybody can't go. Because she was doing some stuff in front of the mirror that let me know that her mind and my mind are not in the same spot. Her mind and my mindset are not the same mindset. Because for me, performing for strangers in a public space in a way that is unbecoming of a grown person means that we're not on the same page. You can't go. There are some people that I've tried to align myself with that were really good people, but they ran out of gas. I'm talking about ministry. I'm talking about business. I'm talking about, but they ran out of gas, Quest. Like, we took a 3-year hiatus and you did not run out of gas. I had necessarily had to take a break. And you did not run out of gas. But there are some other folks, and don't try to fill in the name blank here because it may not be you, even though you and I, whoever these people are, that you may be listening and be like, you talking about me? That may not be.
We ain't talking about nobody.
No, I'm talking about somebody, but I may not be talking about you, so don't get in your feelings. Like, you don't even bother. Like, don't bother. Don't waste your time. Like, I'm not throwing shade anywhere. But if we're not on the same path, then I'm not forcing it anymore. There's some people that I love that I'm not on the same path with, so I don't force it. I don't have time to, because there are scores of people that are going the same direction that I'm going, and we're going together. Shout to the OU Mastermind. And a few friends, and it's like the struggle that it takes to become one and be on the same page is already big enough of a struggle. But to fight against the truth and say, you're about the same life that I'm about, and it's not true, like, that is an unnecessary struggle. If we're talking about relationships now, romantic relationships, you're grown, you're considering marriage, the other person cheats on you, move on. I did not talk about marriage. I'm not getting into the marriage discussion. If your boo cheats on you, move on. You can forgive her. You can forgive him. Move on. Because it's not necessary to go through the hassle of the rebuilding trust when you have not made the lifelong vow. I'm sorry, I'm extreme. But if the person cheats on you and you're thinking about maybe a long-term relationship, then just move on. Invest your tears in getting over the person. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go, Quest. And it's not because we're special or elitists. It's just like, whatever path you're on, if your people are not on that same path, then move on to something else. Do not try to drag anybody along the pathway that you're on.
You know what? It's funny, David, you were saying it, and I was like, well, there might be a couple of circumstances, but the more and more as you say it, like, I haven't made a lifelong commitment to you. We're moving in that direction. If you're doing this thing properly, we're having discussions. We're talking about our likes, our dislikes, what we want to accomplish, what we don't want to accomplish. We're being forthcoming with one another. And then somebody cheats in that process. And it's
And I
almost like I haven't even made the lifelong commitment to you already yet, and you already cutting the fool. Now I know that there will be some people who are like, yeah, I still feel like there are a couple of, but I'm just thinking to myself, and it's speaking just from my own perspective. Would I really? And I'm not telling you that I wouldn't, because yeah, there was some stuff that I ended up just doing anyway. It didn't have to do with cheating the first time that I did this, and I think that's the reason why I faced and suffered and experienced the things that I did. It's because I wasn't willing to just cut off.
Yeah, you can be friends. You can still love somebody, but you
You,
don't have to extend the discussion. If
mhm.
you're not married, bro, like you
But
have
that's
the
what I'm saying.
privilege of not being married in this regard. And it's not that I'm thinking that somebody's a bad person if they find themselves in that situation. That's not the point.
Yeah.
Like if I get in your taxi, Quest, if I get in your taxi and you're driving and the police pull up behind us and you hit the gas instead of the brakes, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not riding this thing with Quest again. And it
Yeah.
could be that you were just nervous that day. You didn't want the police to pull you over and ask you a question because, oops, I forgot to pay my insurance bill.
Yeah.
Right? But if you press the gas and the police are behind us, guess who's not getting in your car again, bro? And it's no diss. I still love you. Be like, yo, where we going? Like, nah, I'm driving or we taking a bus because I ain't getting in the car with you after you press the gas with the police behind you.
Yep.
It's not because I'm not forgiving. It's not
Yep.
because I think you're a bad person.
It's
But
that I'm
that
thinking about me in
experience,
this situation.
yeah, I'm good on that, bro.
Yeah. So it's funny because as I'm listening to it, or as we're fleshing the thing out, what's coming to my mind too is the question: do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Right. And so a lot of us are stuck in these positions where you really don't know where you're going. You really don't like the things that life is showing you. And you're making your decisions because you don't know. I'm sorry. You're making decisions that garner you an outcome that you really don't want because you don't know where you're going. When you know where you're going and you know what you're going to do, basically all of your friends or the people that you associate with, you know who is who. The
Yeah.
place that you're going to, you know who can go with. Do you I used to have friends that was just rah-rah. You know what I'm saying? And there were certain events that I would go to that required, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say we go into a certain event that requires a certain level of decorum, and you bring that cat with you that one time that you know you shouldn't have brought. My man loud in the
You
joint.
talking about me?
No, David, I'm not talking about
Okay,
you.
I just
You
wanted to
you
make
have
sure.
behavior, right? That one dude that you bring, like, and they just black out in the joint and yeah, like, bro, this is not that environment. When we on the block or on the corner, that's all well and good, but you got to know how to turn that off and like clear
This
indication
not the
that when I'm
this not the chicken wing spot on the boulevard.
nah, this ain't Kansas Fried. Chill. This ain't Church's Fried Chicken. Chill. You know what I'm saying? This is Elise Moumon. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Just relax, like for real. And like you made the mistake. Oh, yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then you need those kind of experiences, D. You know what I'm saying? And so the principle applies to like for real life and where we're going. When you know where you're going, and like everybody got on, you know what I'm saying, black tie. My man step out in stiffies with a blazer and a denim shirt, like and Tim's. Like, bro, do you know where we going? You can't wear that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't wear that right there. Right. Not saying well, maybe you can, but it's you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You feel me? And so
You talking about my socks again?
nah, D, I'm not talking about your socks.
Cause
Right.
good, cause we're not wearing our socks.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, but I don't. For people that's listening, don't let David fool you. Right? David wears tailored suits. I want y'all to know that
I still don't wear
he
socks.
may not wear them now, right? But David wears tailored suits with long strap shoes, and I know a lot of dudes who don't wear socks. Why? Because the weather is warm. Praise God for that, right? But in all honesty, like let me get David trying to get me off track. The principle applies to life. When you know where you're going and what you're trying to achieve, you know who can go with you and who just cannot. And it's no diss. It's no diss. I've got friends and I know, like, and I still keep in touch with from time to time, but where I'm going in terms of life, they just can't go.
Let me flip the script. So when I used to work in the mental health field, when I was in direct care, so I got promoted later, but when I was in direct care for a few years, the rule was for insurance purposes and some other stuff, the company vehicles could not leave Montgomery County, Maryland. You know, I was 23 or 22 and 23. You know?
Yep.
Some of my coworkers would say, like, it's Thursday, they'd be like, and we're supposed to do whatever together because of work. And they were like, Dave, you can't come. Well, I learned what that meant eventually because they knew they were going to leave the county. We're talking about 20 some years ago. So there was no GPS, no trackers and nothing like that. But they knew they were going to cross the county line, go to Prince George's County. They were going to go to wherever other county with the vehicle and the people that we took care of. And they were like, you can't come because we know your standards. They would tell me straight up, yeah, this is not the day. We can't share a ride. You're going to get another vehicle. You can't come today. Yeah. Because they knew that I was not going to break that rule, bro, for no reason. And if you try to drive over the line with me in the vehicle, then I'm going to act a fool. I'm kicking up dust. They already know.
But see, David, what you're saying now brings validity to the idea that you really need to be your most authentic self as you possibly can be at all times, right? Because when we start having this discussion about everybody can't go, right? You know the paradigm. People come into your life for a reason, season, and a lifetime. And a lot of the times you don't even have to choose yourself who's going to be in your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. All you got to do is be your authentic self. And your authentic self will dictate who will come for a reason, season, and a lifetime.
You know, I tried to force the thing. I wouldn't call it force when I did it. But I was trying to, it was when I used to do it all the time. And I'd be like, yo, Quest, so let's do something together. And we're like, well, what? I don't know. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, let's build something. I don't know. In 2007, I said that to E. We brought him in for a youth retreat. And I said that to him and he was like, oh, okay, yeah. So what you want to do? And I was like, I don't know.
When you figure it out, though.
Yeah, he gave me his number. Was like, yeah, when you figure it out, let me know. But I never did. But in 2022, it was a whole different kettle of fish. Or when you started with, thank God I'm married, I'm riding with you, you riding with him. We were in some ways on a page. Mm-hmm. But now it's covenant. The time wasn't right. Everybody can't go. And at every time, we were just not on the same page. We were not on the same page, so I couldn't go wherever that was. I didn't even know. I was just like, let's do something. I don't know what that means.
Once again, when you know you want to go somewhere, but you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
And that was what got me caught up. And the good thing about what y'all did was, like, you didn't say, all right, well, let's just move in this direction. No. You said, when you find out where we going, let me know. And then we'll see if we can go together. And I think that's the first mistake that I made when I got married the first time. I didn't have a necessary place that I was going. I just liked a particular thing that I'd like to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you like the ride? Do you like the ride? Pause.
I just like to ride. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter where we was going as long as I was riding. It was all good. But sometimes when you like to ride, but you don't know where you're going, you potentially put yourself in a position where you could pay more than what you bargained for.
Son, the ride get bumpy, man. The ride get bumpy, man. Oh, you end up in an accident.
or end up in a ditch, end up in a precipice, end up anywhere. You
Locked
got to
up.
be real. That's what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, for real, for some of us, you're not intentional and you're not deliberate about where you're going and what you're doing. You just like to ride. And just to ride ain't good. Like, I don't care where we going. Let's just ride. No, 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 no. I can only say that in covenant, and even in covenant with faith. As long as I don't care where I'm going with faith, as long as we going. Even now, being in covenant with her, I'm like, let's be intentional and deliberate. We got kids coming behind us. And we need to set the precedence that anywhere we going, we got to know where we going, what we doing, how we doing it. Man, I sound like an air traffic controller right now. You feel me? Like, for real, that's where I'm at in this season. And you know, that ain't even how your boy rock. But what happens when you start being intentional and deliberate about your growth, about, you know, how you think, how you process information, your mindset, it changes everything.
I want to give you another example. I was 19, living in DC, proper. I'm talking about DC.
Proper.
And I'm a New York City boy, and I looked like it at the time. Bright green car, blacked out tints, loud music, and everything else, right? So I looked like the environment that I was in when I was a young boy. But I'm in DC, it's a foreign land to me. So anyway, I click up with a dude from the Bronx, and he likes hanging out of windows. I like limo tent, don't know who's in the car. It's my car. He want to roll a window down and hang out. And I'm like, bro, roll up the window, man. So good. Once in a while, he'd be like, yo, call him Quest. Like, yo, Quest could come with us? I'm like, who's Quest? He was like, no, that's my homeboy. And I'm like, but you a hustler. You're a drug dealer. You a goon. You my man, but I already know how to deal with you. I do not know Quest.
Yep.
So you know what kind of jerk I was then, bro? I was always on jerk mode. I was always on jerk move, like mode. I was always on jerk mode. Like I did not try to filter it then. And I'd be like, yo, what's up, Quest? If I said yes, I'd be like, what's up, Quest? You got anything that's gonna get me locked up, bro? That's what I would ask him. Because if you're gonna get in this car, and 5-0 is always stopping me because I stick out like a sore thumb. You got anything that's gonna get me locked up, bro? I'm talking
You know how
about,
many dudes got locked up for what you talking about right now?
you feel me? Like full goons. I would
I'm talking about
shake them
knocked.
down. I would shake them down, son. Full goons and be like, yo. And I'm not no goon, bro. I mean, I know how to deal with what I got to deal with, but I ain't no goon, bro. And I was talking to real goons like, yo, if you got something that's going to get me locked up, you cannot come, bro.
But pause for a moment, David. That's the reason why a lot of people that are in relationship are getting locked up emotionally, are getting locked up mentally, are getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Jorge. He like, some of us, like, for real, he confined to a wheelchair, but some of y'all are confined to mental jails, confined to emotional jails, confined to spiritual jails. Why? Because you did not. Oh, come on, man. You did not ask the necessary questions.
That's what I'm saying. And you know,
You
the
didn't
one time,
ask.
one time I didn't. I got stories.
But here's the funny thing too, Deep. Sorry, not to cut you off, just to stretch this out just a little bit more. I don't necessarily think you was always looking back during that time. We could probably classify it as jerk mode. Where we are now, because we got this information, what it really was is that you were authentic and you were true to yourself, and you wasn't compromising that for nobody.
No.
And so when you compromise, when you're authentic to yourself and you ain't lying, they say when you lie to yourself, you'll lie to everybody else, and that's how people getting in trouble. But when you're authentic to yourself and you refuse to lie to yourself, then you won't lie to nobody else, because you know the most important person in this equation is you. So I'm not going to let you get me hemmed up, jacked up, you know what I'm saying, stitched up, because I didn't ask the necessary questions. Consider me a jerk if you want to, but I got to put this mask on first before I put any. Oh, yeah, go ahead, D. I'm sorry.
You know, I got caught
My
with my kryptonite once,
My
though.
bad.
So I clicked up with a young woman. We were both young. It's not, you know what I mean? We were both young. She's from DC. She's a straight goon, bro. Like they used to say in that one song when we were young, gangster, fill in the blank. Girl, woman. Yeah. So She was a goon. And listen, what's up, Jess? Yeah, I'm trying to we
We
ride
went in on your
we riding with you, Jess.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, I didn't shake her down. And I used to take her to the hood because that's where she lived. She lived in Hecker Jamal, 17th Street. I think that was 17th Street. I don't remember, but in DC. I'm talking about 1992, 3. So anybody know DC, like, that was the hood, bro. Like, they were doing some stuff over there, Hecker Jamal. So good. Well, I know where I'm at, and I know with whom I am. And I'm thinking, I did not shake her down, bro. We got to our destination, and she pulls a package from under my seat, bro.
Yeah, like, bro.
And I'm like, really? Fill in the blank lady name?
Bro.
I was like, really? This is a hot zone, bro.
Hot.
So the one time I compromised and said, oh, because it's a woman, it's not one of my boys, I don't. And I know I'm going to the hood. I know she a goon. That's my peoples. We close, like real close. Can't get no closer. But I compromised that time and did not ask the question. You know what kind of time I could have done just because she pulling packages from up under my seat, bro? I didn't have nothing to do with that. So everybody cannot go. Like, you do not compromise your standards.
No.
Because we cool.
No.
Like you and me, we got 40-some years. We already know we're on the same page. My man, you just met him in the A. We built the same way. And so there's no questions that I need to ask. I've asked enough questions. We already know where we are. But anybody else?
Bro.
You have to ask the question. You have to be aware of what this is to know if this relationship is covenant or not.
And once again, if I ask the question and you pop off or you cop an attitude, then I already know. I already know. And here's the reason. Here's the thing. You know how I know? Because I was being authentic to myself. And when you're authentic to yourself, you can tell who's going to be in your life for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. Or truth be told, not at all.
Yeah, I hate that a lot of times my context is the hood, but it is. And you have some of these guys who grew up in some really difficult situations and they become famous for whatever their reasons and can't even go back to their own hood. Why?
Talk the talk.
Because they're going to stick you up. These guys, ain't no love in the hood, B.
They're going to get you.
There's no love in the hood, bro.
None, bro.
And I'm not scared. Like, my ghetto pass is fresh today. It's fresh. Like, look at how I speak. I'm living in Jamaica, son. Like, I go in the hood, like I go in the ghetto, not even the hood, be like, so I'm good. Like, I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. But fact is, people used to say when we were young, oh, you brand new because maybe you don't have the mentality that you grew up with. Or for people who lived in really rough areas, they move out. And if they come back, or if they see you somewhere else, they say, oh, you brand new, like, you can't ride with us no more. And I'm like, yeah, but where are y'all going? You still on the block, bro. You still outside, B. Like, we not about that outside life.
Can I tell you something? 50 don't be in basically, and he don't be there
40.
no
He don't be pushing through 40, bro.
He don't be in 40 no more. Jay-Z don't be in
Pink. I mean, not Pink. They weren't in Pink.
Marcy.
Yeah, Marcy. He not pushing through Marcy that way.
Not pushing through Marcy. Not like that no more.
Not that way.
Not like that. Nope. And if he do, it's a breeze through. It's not like I'm spending the night or, yep, I'm here and I'm out. I'll never forget, man. You know my history, D. Shouts out to, you know what I'm saying, John Davis, aka Tip. You know what I'm saying? When Malik's passing, right? When Malik passed, they brought me in to do the street name change on 192 in Linden.
I watched it. It.
So while we were there, like, we kicked it. He was there for the whole ceremony. As soon as the ceremony part was over and everybody was just on the block kicking it, whatever, my man was nowhere to be found.
Ghost.
Out. And it wasn't, I was like, yo, you on the block. Hold on, everybody here, we ain't been here in years. Like, you could at least, but in hindsight, I realized that my man had gone and transcended to a new place. and that new place wasn't in alignment with the old place. We went back because it was nostalgic. This is where it all started. So yeah, we went back there because they decided to, and I'm going to show up and I'm a rep.
Show honor.
Speak,
That's right.
all of that.
Respect.
Pay homage. Bus, all them dudes was there.
Salute.
But the minute that the ceremony was over, I was like, yo, I received a text on my phone. Yo, you was brilliant today.
Peace.
I was like, where you at? He's like, yeah, I'm in the limo back.
So he didn't get on the Q. He didn't get on the Q5 and go to the Ave.
No, sir.
And cross over and get into something else.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
And we was out there till late evening, bro, just kicking it.
Yeah, man. And it was peace. It was peaceful.
It was peace.
Yeah.
But my man, I realized that my man had transcended to a new place. And he was like,
yeah.
And so I think that's what it is with us. And I think that's the thing that I've been even studying this week. When you ascend to a different place, don't go back. And when I'm saying don't go back to I'm not saying don't go back to a physical location. Don't go back to the mindset. Don't go back to the behavior. Don't go back to the old way of doing things. Don't go back. Don't go back.
Yeah. So here's what pride will do. And we got to lock up this shop, right? So pride will do this. Pride will say, I need to demonstrate that I haven't changed. Let me give you an example of what this is. I don't know where the former president, Obama, what hood he grew up in. But I knew that for a time he lived in Chi-Town.
In the Chi.
I don't know if he grew up in the hood or not. I know wifey grew up Mrs. Obama grew up in the hood. So if the mentality of your people that you grew up with have not changed,
bruh,
can you be the president of the free world and kick it the same way with the people that you grew up with?
Absolutely not.
Is it because you're an elitist? Is it because you forgot where you came from or wherever you lived for a moment? Or Mrs. Obama, maybe I don't understand President Obama's background, but
compromise your security.
You see? And so pride will say, no, I haven't changed. So I'm going to behave the way I did 25 years ago. But what that'll do is demonstrate immaturity. It'll position you to lose. And really and truly, you can't drag people out of slavery. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm not brand new, but there's just certain things that I know that it doesn't align with where I am or where I'm going. So I leave it alone. I just leave it alone.
It's just a resounding gong in my head. This idea of just being your authentic self. Because when you're your authentic self, you can begin to identify, even if you're not that dope, you can begin to identify the areas in which you're not dope because you know where you're going. Remember, we said it in the beginning. You can't begin with the end in mind. That's what he always used to say. Now, when I'm going, I just chart the course. And when I'm authentic with myself, I know what's going to work for me and what's not going to work for me. And when I get to the next level, if you're not trying to come to the next level with me, then
authenticity knows what I am and what I'm not too. Because some of y'all missed it because you're like, oh, who these dudes think they are? Well, I think I'm a human. That's the first thing.
That's first.
I'm an anomaly too because I'm honest with who I am and who I'm not.
Come on.
And so some people bring the worst out of me. There's some people I steer clear from because it brings. I'm not blaming them. I have the choice, see, right? I have the decision to make. So I know that what and who these certain individuals are don't bring the best out of me. And so what do? I make a decision. It's a simple decision.
Yes, sir.
I make a simple decision not to align. Why? Because, it doesn't bring the best out of me. It brings the worst out of me. So Simple. I'm not lying to myself and say that there's not a worst. There is a worst
Real talk.
that's in me. And you don't bring the best, you bring that. So I ain't messing with you.
Nope.
Full stop.
And
I don't care who it is.
Yeah. And that thing ain't in alignment with where we going. So yeah, D.
Absolutely
There's a lot of
not.
people right now, you in relationship or you trying to get into relationship right now, and the writing is on the wall.
Big red flags.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, all the evidence is there. But in your mind, because you're not firm, you're not convinced on where you're going, you're going to continue to make these decisions and allow people in your life that shouldn't have access to you. And you're going to suffer the consequences for it. Let me be, and I'm not talking from no soapbox, bro. I'm talking from experience. I have to be thankful for the experience. I hated it, but I have to be thankful for it because I don't think I would, let me not say I don't think. I value my relationship now. I value my wife in a way that I do because of my past experience. And so some of you can really get what you want without having to go through the experience, but you got to be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
And David said it a while ago, when you real with you, you know who you are and who you are not. As a matter of fact, D, that was one of the conversations. Matter of fact, when we do what we do tomorrow in terms of the mastermind and we go through what is working for you, I promise you, remember we said this today, I realize who I am and who I am not in this journey of growth and leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know that, you can make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah. Yeah. Simple. It's simple. So I'm thankful, really and truly, that we have this opportunity on a regular basis, man,
Word.
to be honest
Word.
with us and with other people, man.
Word.
But yeah, I don't care how many ways you flip and spin this thing. Everybody literally cannot go. And shout to Jessi Holly. Shout to Jessi Holly.
Shouts out to Jess. Word up.
This was intentional. So yeah, looking forward to whatever you continue to do out there. Y'all go and keep getting it. And yeah, give them something good, Quest.
From shaky to good, from good to great. Ultimately, what we want, phenomenal relationships. But phenomenal relationships don't just happen. They take work. So let's do that. Work. And I'll see y'all at Phenomenal.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.